Hello, good morning everyone. Myself Balram Sir. Today I am going to teach you here speaking module of IELTS, and here you will learn different techniques and strategies to secure high band score. As you know, I am IELTS instructor and I have been teaching since 5 years, and I have faced of this IELTS examination myself where I secured 7.5 overall band. In speaking I have got 7. So I will share with you my personal experiences regarding speaking also. So let's have a look. In speaking there is time limitation 11 to 14 minutes, the full time where you should give your speaking test. What is speaking module? What you learn and what should you do in here? Please understand. Speaking module in IELTS is important to secure better score in the examination. You have to use a wide range of vocabularies and linking words. Linking word means connectors like but, however, whereas, moreover. Like these types of linking words you should use to make your sentence structure complex and convincing to the examiner. Moreover, you should create your answers logical and reasonable to achieve high band in your speaking test. As you know, speaking is an art. Thus, you should focus on your skills to speak fluently and confidentially. You must be confident when you are speaking. Whatever you should speak, please stay in topic and you should describe all the things accordingly. As you know, speaking is an art, I have told you already. So here, you should make your answer complete by generating different ideas together so that you can explain all the questions answers in a better way. So you should understand these things in speaking as information to you. And now here is a table that of speaking having given the 3 parts and the band score in each parts. Let's have a look. Speaking module consists of 3 different parts, and during 11 to 14 minutes time you have to face each parts one after another respectively. Part 1 you will have time 4 to 5 minutes, right? And what you do here, the types of questions I have mentioned, it's all about your personal information. That means your personal identity, right? It is like a part 0 also, which is common for all the students, like what's your name, show me your passport, where are you from, yes. So it's about you should give your introduction, and this is common for all students. But in part 1 there will be some specific questions like such as your likes, dislikes, your hobbies, short questions, and you need to give the short answer, but never stop by saying yes and no. For example, do you like traveling? Yes. Do you like painting? No. If you give very short answers, you will not secure score, right? Give your answer having 1 line or 2, means 1 sentence or 2 sentences. For example, do you like coffee? Yeah, I do love coffee because it makes me feel refreshed whole day, right? Do you like traveling? Yeah, I do love traveling because it is my hobby to observe new places. Yes. If you don't like anything, for example, do you like paragliding? No, I don't like paragliding. I feel it's thrilling and also it's dangerous for me, right? So whatever you can give your answer, that should be on your own answer. You shouldn't copy others' answer, right? 5 to 8 questions can be asked most of the times in speaking part 1. Time 4 to 5 minutes you have, and back to back the questions can be asked to you. Okay, and don't give unnecessary answers. What is not asked by the examiner, don't reply it, right? Okay, so part 1 you will get the band score 3. Next, part 2. In part 2 you should be very careful, because in part 1 and part 3 examiner will ask you question and you should give the answer. Remember, you don't need to ask any questions. You are there to give your answer. If you have problem in questions, if you don't understand, you can ask to the examiner, right? But you do not ask him the questions, right, based on the topics. So what you have to learn, 3 to 4 minutes time in part 1, 1 minute time is given to you, is provided you to prepare some notes, right? Suppose explain a beautiful place that you have recently visited, you know. So recently visited means like 1 week ago or 2 weeks or 1 month before. Just remember, if you have not visited any places, create the plan. That imagine, for example, which place is popular for a country? Lumbini, the birthplace of Lord Buddha, right? Pokhara is the second destination for tourists after Kathmandu. Sauraha, which is famous for Chitwan National Park, 100 rhino, right? Rapti River. So whatever you can, but choose the subject, choose the topic where you can speak a lot. Yes, don't select the topic which is difficult for you to explain. And while explaining, while describing the topic, you should give your answer in very clear with examples. And when you are explaining, don't feel any hesitate. Sometimes you can do imagination also. Yes, you can do imagination, but try to make the examiner that you are telling your right answer, best answer. Okay. So 1 minute is time given for given you to prepare some notes. 1 to 2 minutes time you have to speak. 1 minute you must speak, and till 2 minutes, but not more than 2 minutes. So what should you do if you don't have any friends or family members in your home, or if you know any person who are well educated in English? So if you have the mirror, keep nearby you. Keep 2 mobile phones. One, we can see the questions, and next you can record your voice. Yes, and you may have the time also, wristwatch. So set the time and start speaking on any topics which you have selected, and just try to see your mirror, your image, that how you are speaking, because when you are speaking, eye contact is very important, right? Body language is matter. So what you are doing there, record the voice, and after completion of 2 minutes or 1 and 30 seconds, 1 minute or 40 seconds like that, record in your voice. Please listen once yourself. You will find some mistakes there, but you will practice continuously, and one day you get success also, right? So speaking is not difficult, but what we have problem, English is difficult for us to communicate. That is the problem. Okay, so 1 to 2 minutes you have to speak. 1 minute you should cross, and like 1 minute 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and below 2 minutes you should finish your answer. Here you get a cue card. Cue card means like a task card, a small piece of paper. It's a sheet of paper where it's given the question with 3-4 bullet points, and the bullet points comes with the WH question: what, where, when, how, is, do, does, like this. WH question, and sometimes auxiliary verb also, like do, does, is, but most of the time you can see what, where, how, who, like this. So you have to, it mostly asks you to explain about a particular topic. Next thing, part 3. In part 3, 4 to 5 minutes, and here all the questions in part 3 are connected to speaking part 2. Whatever the question can be asked in part 2, that can be asked in part 3. But in part 3, the examiner asks you question, you should give the answer. Unlike here in part 1, you give a 1 sentence, 2 sentence, you should give here 3-4 sentences long answer with examples. Look, you must give complete answers to avoid cross questions. If your answer is not complete, if your answer is not satisfying the examiner, that time the examiner will ask you some questions, cross questions, like why not, how, okay? And in that time you should not be panic. Feel that okay, the examiner is not getting me my answer and I have to give some better answers, yes, to convince the examiner the best answers. Clear the concept? Okay, so now let's go for some tips of speaking which is very important to learn to you. Okay, now have a look.